Yo, what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about former NBA players who tried to or did commit suicide. Before I get into this, I just want to say that suicide is horrible, and if you're considering it, don't do it. There are ways to get help, and I left the link to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline phone number in the description in case you need to reference it. Player number 1, Delonte West. Delonte West grew up in a very poor family, moving house to house with his mother. In 8th grade, Delonte suffered a leg injury. Because of this injury, he couldn't play basketball that year. Since he couldn't play, he decided to drop out of school, since basketball was really all he had. At this time, his mother sent him to live with his dad. He now says that at this point in his life, he had attempted to kill himself on multiple occasions by cutting himself and taking unknown pills. This led to him being in and out of many children's hospitals. During one of his many nights spent at a children's hospital, he once again told himself that he was going to kill himself, but this time he was going to make sure it happened. That night, instead of ending his life, he prayed to God that if he let him survive that night and go on to play professional basketball, he would glorify his name. This ended up working out for him, being drafted with the 24th pick in the 2004 NBA draft by the Boston Celtics. Unfortunately, in the summer of 2009, he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. For those of you who don't know, bipolar disorder is a mental disorder marked by alternating periods of elation and depression. Around the time of the diagnosis, West was arrested for speeding on a motorcycle. Along with speeding, he also carried 2 loaded handguns and a loaded shotgun in a guitar case. If he was not arrested that night, he could have actually ended up killing himself, or maybe he was going to kill somebody else. Nobody really knows. Player number 2, Jayson Williams. This probably isn't the Jayson Williams that most of you are thinking about. It's not the one with the flashy passes and the crazy handles. Instead, it's someone you may not have ever even heard of before. This Jayson Williams played 9 years in the NBA for the New Jersey Nets, Philadelphia 76ers, and finished his career playing 1 year for the Idaho Stampede D-League team in 2005. He was also elected to the All-Star team in 1998. He said that in his rookie season he wanted to commit suicide. It was the second game of his career, and the 76ers were playing the Boston Celtics led by Larry Bird. Charles Barkley, the 76ers star player, came to the game and was obviously hungover. Larry Bird called him out and laughed at him for coming to the game hungover. Bird scores 10 points early and gets bored of Barkley guarding him because how easy it was. He told the 76ers coach to give him someone else to score on, so he puts Rick Mahorn in to guard him. Bird lit him up, so the coach put in yet another player to guard him, but once again, no luck stopping Bird. He keeps trash talking and tells the coach to put the rookie, who is Jayson Williams, into the game to guard him. On the very first possession, Bird gives him a pump fake, Jayson Williams falls for it, and Bird hits a 3. Now that Williams learned not to jump, Bird asks him, "So you're not going to jump?" and drains another 3. Then on the next play, Bird decides to hit him with a crossover and drains his third 3 on Jayson Williams. He then proceeds to tell him that he's a stupid rookie and that he already has 9 points on him. In desperation to get Larry off the 3-point line, he tells him to post him up. Same result, except this time it was 2 points instead of 3. Since Jayson Williams couldn't stop Larry either, he got subbed out. Later in the game, the coach went to the bench to put Jayson Williams in, but Williams looked up into the stands trying not to make eye contact so he didn't have to get torched by Larry Bird once again. Here's an interview from Vice Sports on Williams talking about that game.
I'm starting to think when we run back down, maybe I shouldn't play basketball. Maybe I wasn't that good. Maybe I should have been a brick mason. What the hell am I doing here? I can't go home now. If this guy scores one more bucket, I'm thinking suicide. It really was. I was like, what the? That's how bad.
As you can probably tell, Williams was probably joking when he said that he was thinking about suicide, but it's still crazy to think that Larry Bird was so good that Williams was willing to end his own life to get away from him. Player number 3, Bill Robinson. This is the last player that I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm pretty sure that most of you haven't heard of Bill Robinson. When Robinson was 17 years old, he was tall, awkward, and interested in little but TV, according to his dad anyways. This is when Robinson started to play basketball. After only 4 years of playing basketball, he was drafted in the first round by the Kansas City Kings. He earned $525,000 his first 4 years in the league. Robinson was an intense player, and that didn't change his fifth season, as he dove for a loose ball and injured his leg. This was the start of the downfall of Bill Robinson, as he missed a week of play due to the injury, but when he came back he had also lost his starting spot. The following season, he was traded twice. He finished his last season as a substitute for the Utah Jazz, who were his fourth team. He had no place in the team's plans and no contract for the next season. This really got to him, and at just 29 years old, he ended his life. His dad found him slumped behind the wheel of the Oldsmobile Toronado in a Kansas City garage. His death was ruled suicide caused by the carbon monoxide asphyxiation, I'm not sure if I said that right, by the police. This is an extremely sad story. He had everything going right for him, and then it all went wrong, and it was just too much to handle for him. Thank you guys so much for watching. There are more players that have done this too, but I didn't want to make this video too long. So smash the like button if you want a part 2, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.